Hello. Today we're going to talk about light, heat, and sound. In the beginning there was nothing. The scriptures, the Holy Scriptures say that. And first was the sound, the Word. And through the Word came the creation. But before that, before the Word, that was the unmanifested, the nothingness, the absolute. And then came the Word. And the verb was the Word, was the sound. Absolute has two cycles. The activity and the rest, the cosmic night, the pralaya, the nothingness. The so-called cosmic day, or the Manvantara, is the activity, the opposite of the pralaya. So, what happened was that the absolute casts an infinite number of sparks that will compose the creation, that will compose the galaxies, the suns, which will then be the manifestation. So we are one of these sparks. Now, the Trinity that creates was based on this manifestation: the light, the heat, and the sound. And that Trinity comes from different cultures. We have seen that in the Hebrew Kabbalah, Kether, Chokmah, and Binah. We have seen that in Hinduism, like Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. We have seen in the Egyptian mysteries, Osiris, Isis, and Horus. We have seen it in the Theosophy, like the first Logos, the second Logos, and the third Logos. Even the manifestation of the matter, we have the atoms, the negative, the positive, and the neutral. We also have it in the music, melody, harmony, and rhythm. Everything that is created uses the Trinity for the creation. So the manifested God, it's also part of that creation. Like the Father expresses the sound, and the sound is the vibration. And everything that vibrates generates the heat. Nothing is static. So in order to the heat to appear, we need to have the sound. The sound is, it vibrates. After the heat, we then have the light, because everything that is hot generates light. So the heat is expressed as the Holy Spirit, and the light expressed as the sun. So this is the Trinity of the creation.
Manvantara is the great cosmic day. Pralaya is the great cosmic night. During the great day, the universe is created. During the great night, the universe ceases to exist and is absorbed back into the absolute.
Now, to talk a little bit about the sound, we can start saying that there are different sound waves. What we hear is a certain limited, but above that, there are sounds inaudible to our human ear. The flower has its sound. The nature, the ants, they communicate by sound. We just cannot hear it, but there is a sound there. We also can certify that these sound waves above and below what the average human can hear is present in every creation. And we also know that the human body has a keynote. If a musician playing an instrument would play a keynote of a man and extend that note to the infinity, that man would die. Because each and every one of us have a different keynote. We also know that the sound develops a very important role on the cure of our body. We also know for sure that by listening to some music, we can get to a harmonious state. We can cure the physical body. And we know that the sound travels. So, the sound is divided in three aspects. We have the music, the verb, and the mantras. We know that if we listen to the 9th Symphony of Beethoven, we can have a different state in our physical body. That scientific Japanese man, Mr. Emoto, he has proven that crystals of water have assumed geometrical figures just by listening to kind words, words of love, gratitude. The mantras is just a combination of words that we sing or we pronounce, and they create harmony, they manifest. We create by verbalizing. We know that a brutal word can cause a lack of harmony. A bad word that we pronounce can hurt people. But again, the same way, a loving word can also create harmony, can cure, can calm a person, can bring happiness, and even a smile to someone. Who doesn't want to listen to something beautiful and loving? We have to be careful with what we say and how we say it, because our words create, manifest. Whatever we pronounce will cause an impact in someone, in a plant, in a living being. Have you ever talked to the plants? You know they talk back, don't you? Well, not in the words that we are used to. They release a perfume. They release a scent. And this is the way the plant is communicating. I'm sure you have walked past the plant and maybe touched it slightly, and then that scent impregnated the air. So that is a way that that plant is communicating to you. So when we talk to the plants, when we just say they are beautiful, that they are growing, that they are, helpful, that they will cure our physical body, they respond to it. So if you haven't spoken to a plant yet, I encourage you to do so. They will like it. And the mantras are nothing but a combination of words that we sing or we say.
A mantra is a sacred utterance, a numinous sound, a syllable, words or phonemes or groups of words.
Now we have to talk about the light. And to talk about the light, it's important to say that the light is a manifestation of the heat. It's clear that we need the light. And the light is a result of our heart. So we generate light by our hearts. Light is physical and spiritual life. Well, how can we generate our own light? Well, the light of the doctrine, the light of the teachings that we pass along. The teachings, for example, in this case, the Gnostic teachings. That is a way for me to transfer the light to you. Not only that, it is important that you be a light in somebody else's life. The light is the consciousness. The subconscious is just a lack of light. When you awake the consciousness, you generate your own light. And that's our purpose here, to awake our consciousness.
And the light shineth in the darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not.
Now, to talk about the heat, we should say that the heat is the Holy Spirit's force manifested. The heat is our energy. The heat is our vitality, the energy that we use for the creation. And that energy is concentrated in our sexual energy. Our physical and inner bodies are crystallization of the heat, the light, and the sound, which is the manifested God in ourselves. And we have to practice what will be eventually discussed in order to transmutate our energy. So to transmute that energy, it's a key factor to regenerate our physical body. Because our physical body right now is not yet ready to express our inner self, to be prepared so a divine can be expressed within us. Because unfortunately, we are degenerated.
There is the heat of love, the pulsing rush of longing, the lover's whisper, irresistible magic to make the sanest man go mad.
So, we have 7 chakras. Each chakra has a associated vowel that by mantralizing it, by verbalizing it, it works on that specific chakra in a way to harmonize it. We have the frontal chakra, which is located right here in our third eye. Have you heard about the third eye? We also have the larynx chakra located here on the larynx. So we have also the cardiac chakra located right here in the area of our hearts. We have the solar plexus chakra, which is located about 4 fingers above the navel. We also have the pulmonary chakra located in the lungs, of course. We have prostatic or uterine chakra, prostatic for the man and uterine for the women. And then we have the basic chakra, which is by the coccyx, the coccygeal chakra. So following the order, E, E, O, U, A, M, S. So it is important that you vocalize. But let's suppose that you don't want to disturb anybody next door or, the room next to you or whatever. We can do it mentally. But the important is to put our energy into that. So when you mantralize, you concentrate your energy right here on your third eye. Take a deep breath. Until there is no more air. Okay, you exhaust the air. Take a deep breath again and you repeat the same procedure. It is advisable to do it at least 7 times each vowel. And then the next chakra, move to the larynx. Concentrate your energy, your attention to your larynx, and then mantralize Okay? On the heart, you're going to pronounce When you come to the solar plexus, until you exhale out the air. The pulmonary chakra, you will pronounce When we go to the uterine and the prostatic chakras, when you come to the base of the spinal or the coccygeal chakra, you mantralize it like a small whistle, like a serpent. Concentrating your energy on the coccyx, you mantralize like If you do it 7 times each chakra per day, we can develop many powers that we possess, but they are dormant, just like a muscle. If you do not use a muscle for a long period of time, what happens? It atrophies. By doing that, you can develop clairvoyance, telepathy, and in addition to that, of course, have a more harmonized life.
An hour a day of mantralization is better than reading a million books.
Thank you very much for being thus far in our lesson. I wish you a good day and a wonderful time. See you next time.